Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord for the Nintendo Entertainment System. So, this is a game that I'm going to be playing in the Retro Ranch, and it is courtesy of good friend of the channel, supporter Guts, who has become a ambassador member of the YouTube channel, and at that level, you get to choose a game for me to play, and I will play 5 episodes at least of the game. And Guts was so kind that he said, just pick whatever you want. And this is a game that I loved on Nintendo, and I've always wanted to kind of come back to. It's just the classic dungeon crawler. Now, of course, this, has homes in many other places, PC, etc. But the version I was familiar with as a wee lad was the Nintendo version, and there are 2 Nintendo games. This is the first one, and then there's Knight of Diamonds, which is the second Wizardry for the Nintendo. And these are brutally hard but fun dungeon crawlers, where you need to indeed keep your own map, etc. And you get a lot of the inspiration for Etrian Odyssey and those kinds of games. And there's no punches pulled. I have never played the remake of this that came out in 2023, although it looks interesting. And if anybody could tell me if it's worth it, I would like to know. But thank you again, Guts, for your support, and we're going to start here. Now, this game will live in the Retro Ranch. The first episode I will make public to everyone. If there is enough interest, I'll make it, the whole, series of videos that I play on this will become public, but I suspect there will only be a niche segment of the community that wants to see this game, and this is just kind of, that's why I have spaces like the Longplay Lounge and the Retro Ranch, so that I can just play whatever, and then members can find it as a treat. So it'll, the subsequent episodes will be in the Retro Ranch, which is members only, unless there is enough interest, and then I just make the whole thing public. So let's go ahead. And I'm going to be playing using a gamepad here on the PC, and it's worth mentioning that if you would like to become a channel member and support the channel to gain access to the Retro Ranch, Longplay Lounge, free live stream VODs without ads or anything like that, you could do that at any level to get all of those perks. So I'm going to go ahead and just start right now with a new game. And ah, man, the music is coming back. Music is coming back. I mean, look at this. I love it. There's no graphics. I mean, it's just like you're at the castle, okay, and then these are your options. We could go to the tavern. We could go to the Adventurer's Inn. We could go to good old Boltax Trading Post. We could go to the temple. We need to, revive somebody, and we could go to the edge of town if we want to get frisky in the dungeon. But you'll notice at the bottom of the screen, we've got nobody in the party. So we have to create our party and fill this up. So if we were to work from the top, we go to the tavern, and, well, we want to add people, and there is a pre-made group here. So there's fighter, cleric, thief, mage. And this is kind of like, I suppose, their recommended party for you to start out with. And this is a fine way of doing things. However, there's a few important things that you need to notice about your characters. Number 1, the alignment matters in this. If I'm remembering correctly, like, if you have people of opposing alignments, then they can't travel together. Neutral can go with anybody, but good and evil can't. And sometimes there's enemies that will, like, switch your people's alignment, and then you have a problem. So, or there's events or something, curses maybe that can happen. So we got to be careful. I'm not going to use this. I enjoy leaving, and we'll go to the Adventurer's Inn here, and we're going to go to the training grounds, and we're going to create some characters. So, we'll just create some people. for our team. Now, this is one of those games where you have to be careful if you want to name people, because you're going to be rolling stats for them. And I can't remember if you have to name them and then roll, and then if you don't like it, you got to rename them. But we'll refresh our memory on this. So, how do I... What if I want to change the case? Can I do that? I have to be able to make uppercase, right? I can make blank spaces. There we go. Select does it. Alright, so we got to make, you know, Doctor and Comp here. Alright. And we're going to create this character, yes. And Doctor and Comp is going to be a human, and we're going to be good. And these are the stats that we got. So we got 8, 8, 5, 8, 8, 9, and we can put these wherever we want. So I can't. Again, it's been so long since I played this. I can't remember if you can do better than this. And, you know, I think you can. I think you can, like, bonus 9, if I'm remembering right, is pretty average. I think you could get, like, bonus 15, 16, something like that. So what I'm going to do is just make this character and then see if I need to get wild. But you'll notice that there are requirements for different characters. So like 11 IQ, now I could be a mage. And if it comes up that like I'm, you know, grossly underpowered because I'm just taking the first roll, then we can address that. But I'm okay. I've done this before in the past, I believe, where I sat here for hours just rolling and rolling until I got a really strong party because it's so difficult. Anyway, I'm just going to, you know, horribly min-max my mage, and we'll take it. Okay. So we could create another character, and, you know, we're just going to be simple with the names in case we need to re-roll. So, you know, we can make Grog here. And Grog is going to be a dwarven, you know, fighter. But yeah, now, the base stats, 10, 7, 10, 10, 5, 6, I believe those are specific to being a dwarf. And then bonus of 9. Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm thinking of the second game where the variability is much wider. But anyway, already just with 11 strength, we've got a fighter. We're going to want lots of vitality and lots of strength. Something like this. Agility would be good, but we'll just make our guy real slow. Alright. And then we'll create another character that's, you know, hilarious, and you need to have a thief. So we're going to make Tricks here, the serial character, and we're going to get ourselves a hobbit. Okay. And so, you know, actually, what do I need to be a thief, though? That's just fighter. I'm not seeing... Like, this character can't be anything. So, it might not even work out. I'm going to open up the instruction manual. Give me one moment. So I realized that my mistake here, the manual, by the way, is awesome for this game. It's very robust. You need 11 agility to be a thief, but the problem was I made him good. He's got to be neutral, I think, or she's got to be neutral. So we're just going to be like, I'm finished, or, well, I wonder if I can just get out of this. No, I think I have to just make it something, right? And we're not going to keep the character. We're going to just create another one. There's a bunch of cool classes. There's like samurai, and there's some more like hybrid classes that you can be instead of the default party, which is just really strictly the Holy Trinity with a thief. So we'll go ahead and go like this, and we're going to say yes, and we're going to make a hobbit, and we're going to go neutral. And now here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So erase what I said about maybe the base stats are set. But look at the bonus. Now I have a 16. I remember. This is what I remember, is just doing this forever. Okay. But this is okay, because now we already have a thief. And we can... I don't want this person to die in one hit. It's awful. And we want to have a little bit of strength here. But we're going to be just insane with agility and luck. Good. Okay. And then we're going to create... So we can make somebody nice like Sue, who will be just a human cleric. This is terrible, so we don't want this at all. We're going to re-roll this. I can't have it be that... Sue can't be that bad. We need somebody who's good at healing. Uh-oh, Sue. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to re-roll. You can change the name. You could even change the class, and I can't recall, like, if you unlock another class, or, you can multi-class. I'll have to look up how that works. Oh, no. They don't like Sue. Alright, we might have to change this up if it's going to be this bad. Oh, God. Alright, fine. They don't like it. Alright, let's change it up. What about Todd? No, they hate Todd as well. Alright, one more time. What about Joe? Alright, Joe isn't good. And Joe could be our cleric, but it just feels terrible. Humans aren't even... They have like a 5 starting piety, so this is probably a bad person to pick. Let me see if I can make an elven. Elf, good. Okay. So this is better at being a cleric. Sure, you're in. Our party's going to be bad, but, it's part of the challenge to get just absolutely steamrolled here. And if we need to re-roll, we will. Alright, so we have a fighter, a mage, a thief, and a cleric. And, I'm going to make another healer, but this is going to be a good dwarf, and rocks, and then we'll create one more. I kind of want rocks to go up front. And then we'll have Tim. Who can be another wizard. You know, some call me Tim. Okay. So then let's go to the tavern and let's add. So we want to add the fighter. And then rocks. And then oh, this is going to be bad. I can already tell. But it's fun. Here we are. Okay. So Grog is good. Everybody else is god-awful. So Ian, let's see. Oh, you know what? I forgot. What you can do is inspect somebody. So like Grog here has 151 gold, and you can pool gold on Grog, and now he has all the money, and we leave, and then we're going to remove everybody except for Grog, and then we're going to add all of just the generic characters that they made, and then we're going to inspect Grog, and you could just steal their money. Oh no, the starting party doesn't, only if you create do they get money. Huh, I thought we could. Well, no, they thought of that apparently. All right. Anyway, let's get the band back together. After that, I was just trying to see if we could pull off a miracle. Okay. So now, you could see that like nobody has any equipment. And so we need to do something about that. So we're going to leave, and we're going to go to the trading post. Grog, I need you to buy. I believe you sometimes want, you know, the instruction manual here because I want a longsword probably. Studley staff. You want to make sure your character can equip it. So I'm going to select and we're going to buy real basic stuff because I want to buy armor. Just what you needed. And then I'll buy a longsword. Just what you needed. And then we need some ranged weapons. Do you have anything? Okay. I don't see it. So we're in a really bad spot. I can't recall if there's... Like, I think the front three people can use melee, and maybe the back three people can only use range, but I'm not sure about that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to buy armor for our front guy. Large shield. And our other front guy. Large shield. And I need to then leave. And then I'm just going to go to the tavern and inspect Grog. And then we're going to equip. And I'll equip him with this and that. So you can see his armor class changes there. He's got the mace. And I'm going to trade with rocks and give him the long sword and the large shield. Now, maybe the cleric should have the mace stylistically, but this is fine. We're going to go back, and we're going to inspect rocks and equip rocks with a large shield there. Oh, he can't equip the... okay, then that makes sense. So trade Trade with Grog and trade in a longsword. That pound sign means he can't equip it. So we will inspect Grog and we will equip the longsword. And oops, I have to actually equip both of them. You can't just cancel that. And then we trade with Rox the anointed mace, and then inspect Rox and equip the mace and the shield there. All right. So we should buy a mace and a shield for Zach as well. And let's go back to the trading post. But let's get some armor here. Let's just buy chainmail. Now I need to see if everybody can equip the chainmail. And we're going to buy another large shield. And we will buy an anointed mace. And then I will buy a short sword, I think, for the thief. And then some stabs for the wizards. I will buy one small shield to see if everybody can equip this. Right. I'm going to kick Grog out, and then Trix can just go in and pool gold and buy. Oh, this will tell you derp. Okay, so what you could do is just enter with the thief and see what they can use, and they can use a small shield. And could you use leather armor? Is that what we want to get you? Robes for sure. Yeah, let's get you some leather. Okay. And then what we'll do is we will go in with rocks and pool gold and buy. What's the best armor you can wear? Is it? You can actually wear a breastplate. We just don't have enough money for it. Zach can go in and pool gold and buy that chainmail. And then we're just going to have one of the wizards go in, pool gold, and buy robes. Okay, I'm going to leave and just distribute my gear. So we're going to go longsword, chainmail, large shield. Good. And then we're going to trade with Zach the large shield, the anointed mace. And then we're going to trade with Dr. Incompetent this staff. We'll trade with Trix this short sword. And we'll trade with Tim the staff. Then we're going to inspect with Trix, and we will equip the sword. Yep, everything. Good. And then we will inspect here, and we will equip these items. Good. And we will inspect here, and we will equip this. It looks like I need another set of robes. And we will inspect rocks and equip 1, 2, 3, correct? And then we will inspect Zach and equip 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I think we're actually done equipping everybody. We just need to buy some robes. And I'll go into the trading post with Tim, and we'll pool money, and we have 300 left. So what this means is we could buy some helmets or something for the front row people. You could see this is, you want your armor class to be lower. Old school style. And let's go get you some robes, buddy. You don't want to necessarily spend all your money. You might need it to bring somebody back to life, which is a very real reality. We are going to leave, and then I'll just go in with Grog, and I'll pool my money. Now, Grog could probably buy a breastplate or something, or a flail, to do even more damage. But I think that just getting a helm here, and then having rocks go in, pool the money and buy, and then let's go check out So, okay, good to know. They cannot use a helm, the clerics. But they can use a breastplate if we want. Okay. Iron shield, body armor, like amazing stuff. By the way, another cheat you can do, in addition to just like being really shady and just rolling, it's not shady, it depends, it's just your mileage. You can keep generating characters until you get good stats, and then you can keep all of your bad characters and just take all of their gold to start out with a ton of money as well. Anyway, this is great. We're going to leave, and we're going to go to the tavern and inspect him and just put on his robes, and we're done. So at this point, I'm going to go to the edge of town, and I'm going to be like, hey, let's go to the maze. We're going in. We're entering the proving grounds of the Mad Overlord. All right. And we're at camp, and we're going to leave camp, and here we are. Stairs up. Take them. No. Okay. So this is where we are, and we're going to start drawing ourselves a little map. I'll probably just do this. What's the best way to do this? What, with paint or something? Anyway. So you use graph paper for this, and I've done this, I've mapped out several floors of this in my time, and if memory serves, this is 0, 0, and you start, and I think each floor is 20 by 20. But what I'm going to do is just go what I will call north, which is the direction you're facing when you come down the steps. And we're going to go 1. And you could search. Oop. And we didn't find anything. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And then this is a corner. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2. And then there is a way to the south, and the hallway extends. I'm going to loop back down. 1, 2, 3, and then there's a door. Ouch. We open the door, and there is an encounter. We have surprised the monsters. Oh my god. Okay, so there's 4 slimes. So again, I apologize. There's so much memory that's coming back about the game. I seem to recall, sometimes you won't even know what monsters you're fighting. I don't know if that has to do with new monsters or if there's an intelligence check from one of your party members that determines whether or not they know what enemies you're fighting. But we know that these are slimes. So Grog is going to go, and we're going to fight. And we can dispel with our clerics, but these aren't undead. It's not going to do anything. We're going to fight. Dispel is like turn, I believe. And we fight. And, yep. So the back people can't do anything. They can just parry. Alright, so Grog tries to stab and hits for 4. We got 1 slime dead. Zach kills 1 for 4. And Rock kills 1. So now there's only 1 left. I mean, it's slime dripping from the ceiling, apparently. Now, we do have spells. Halito and Catino. I believe that Halito is the damage spell. The instructions tell you what these do, but I'm not going to cast these spells. I'm just going to sit here. I think we couldn't cast spells the first round because it was a surprise round, and we weren't allowed to use spells that round. We did it. Each survivor gets 36 experience. Now here is a chest. We can Calfo to detect traps, and who will cast Calfo? I don't know if anybody has it, to be honest with you. No. Okay, so I'll disarm it with tricks, but I don't know what trap it is, right? So, like, you just have to guess because you can't detect. It's brutal. So I could inspect it with tricks, and he thinks it's Stunner. I could inspect it with, Dr. Incompetent, and he triggers the trap. It was Stunner. Okay, so there you go. So Dr. Incompetent is paralyzed. Hilarious. Yeah, this is such a brutal game because the stuff is all trapped. So you'll notice that Doc's paralyzed, and I'm going to just map out this room. I wasn't sure, just based on my memory, if searching the trap was a factor of intelligence or thievery. I don't know which would be luck or agility. I'm not sure. But now we know. Alright. So what I like to do at the beginning of this game is just stay by the entrance and just kind of march up and down this hallway for a bit, because you might need to run away. A friendly group of undead kobolds. Friendly. We're undead, but we're friendly. So we're going to fight them. And, this might... I can't remember if this is something that will change your alignment if you fight friendlies and you're good. I'm going to see. But they're undead, so I think my clerics don't like it. I'll have to look at the instructions. Fight, dispel, parry, fight. He attempted to chew me. So we got 0 experience because we dispelled them, but we did get the money. So you can also go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's a door. So I'll just mark this. Okay. This is very common. Yeah, so we don't know what these are. This is when you are not sure what the enemies are. I'm pretty sure these are just kobolds, but we'll fight, parry, and I'll just Halito. Alright, we got hit. Okay, we killed one. We got another one. And we killed somebody with Halito. And we took some damage. It looks like Tim has 2 hit points. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So Kalki and Dios. I'm just gonna fight. The poor rogue is in such bad shape without some kind of ranged attack. No, I don't need to use a spell. We'll just parry. Look at that. That's a lot of experience. Trapless chest. Okay. 14 gold. And this is another room that is, a 3x2. Okay. And I'm going to go back up. I'm going to see if I can... I need to go to the temple. Look at this. That paralysis is 100 gold. Cheapskates. I don't know who has the money. I gotta, Uh-oh. Sometimes I do that. I remove the entire party for no reason. Okay, I'm gonna inspect Grog, and we'll pool the money. Okay, we have enough money to go to the temple now. Huh. Oh, will they not let me in there because I was rowdy? Maybe they kicked me out. Alright, here, go back to the maze. And then now let's see if... Will you let me in the temple now? Okay. Yeah, they kicked me out, and they wouldn't let me back in. Alright, so we got him. And we gotta add him back. Wait. There he is. Okay, we gotta add him back. We got it. Now, Rox has, it appears, 1 hit point. So, let me see if I can inspect Rox and... You know, we need to stay at the inn. The stables are free. So we need a large amount of experience. Pool gold. Rox. Can you just stay in the cot? So, it takes money, but we got there. He stayed there for a few weeks to heal. Now, I think I can heal with my spells to save us some money. Or maybe the temple... Nah, I don't think they could just... We don't have anything that needs healing. Awesome. Well, yeah, if you go to the training grounds, you're going to be sad. Because your whole party gets booted. I was thinking, I think you have to rest when you're ready to level up, and then that's when, that is how you level up, by resting when you have enough experience. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our party set. We're going to go Grog, Rox, Zach, Trix. Tim needs to go last, because Tim has 2 hit points. Sweet. Alright, well, everyone, I think this is a good first episode of Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. It is, obviously, it takes a lot to get into, because you have to build your whole party and everything, but we're building our map, and we cured someone of a nefarious trap, and we've outfitted our party, and now we just need to make sure that we can, as soon as possible, get some kind of ranged attack for our thief and even our wizards, like, so that they could do something from the back row without using their magic. And we'll get into that in the next one. Everyone, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I will check you in the next episode, which will, as I said before earlier, be in the Retro Ranch, unless there is enough interest in this particular episode. So if you want to see more, don't forget to, like the video, and the more views we get, the more interest we will have. And again, thank you, Gut, so much for supporting the channel, and all members and patrons, thank you. Take care.